Welcome, everybody. Happy Wednesday. You just missed Piston. He got camera shy. He was laying right in front of the couch, and I was about to hit record, and he got up. Nope. Hello, Lori. Happy Wednesday, Christine. Hi, Mimi. Good morning, Amber and April. Hi, Nancy. Jen, good morning. Jackie and everyone here. Hoping all have a wonderful Wednesday. Thank you. Same. Yes, so Piston is now underneath my table, but this is Darla. If you guys haven't met Darla yet, she's the black one, and this is Gemma. Gemma's the orange one. Hello, Patty and Jackie. And Brianna, good morning. Hi, Kat. Piston, Christine says hi. It's nap time. He can care less. If you guys are brand new to me, my name is Jacqui Mancuso. I'm an astrologer from Northern Illinois, and today we're going to talk about this upcoming weekend and this upcoming year. So it'll make more sense as we chat, but you know what? I'm just going to get into it today. I'm just going to start yapping. So this Sunday, March 17th, the Sun and Pluto are going to meet up together at 27 degrees of Pisces. This is the same degree where Mercury met with Neptune last Friday on March 8th. So Neptune has just about one more year of his own sign, being in his own sign of Pisces, because Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. Hello, Bonnie. So next March, a year from now, Neptune will move on to Aries. And when we discussed Mercury's conjunction with Neptune last week, I said that it felt like Mercury was going to receive a message from Neptune of what he's meant to surrender over the next year, because Mercury is going to have one more conjunction with Neptune in Pisces before Neptune moves into Aries. Thank you, Gloria. Gloria's sending us all a big hug. So, last week we talked about Mercury meeting up with Pisces, receiving instruction. Mercury meeting up with Neptune in Pisces, receiving instructions for what we're meant to surrender for the next year. And I feel like we're receiving the same pattern here with the Sun meeting up with Neptune in Pisces. Because the Sun will meet with Neptune in Pisces one more time next March before Neptune moves into Aries. So I'm really getting this feeling that Neptune has instructions for the Sun as well over the next year. So we'll break this down a little bit. Neptune dissolves. Neptune shows us where it's time to detach, when it's time to detach. And Neptune radiates a dreamy perspective. When I talk about Neptune in my readings, I usually say that Neptune is where we can't see the situation clearly because there's like wavy water in front of our eyes. Neptune almost like distorts. The sun shines. The sun gives life. The sun supercharges the planets that it's near. So this weekend, because this conjunction happens on Sunday, but it's going to be building. So this feeling of this weekend, you might be feeling these energies already, but when the Sun meets up with Neptune on Sunday, you may feel very called to detach, to let go of obligations, to let go of responsibilities, to put an end to whatever is no longer serving you, a cycle that's no longer serving you. Maybe a cycle of behavior will come to an end. A cycle of thought might be coming to an end this weekend. And this is big. We've been talking about surrender for almost a whole month as we've been in Pisces season. And the words rest and reset keep coming up as I'm thinking about this Sun conjunct Neptune. Neptune is the planet of surrender, in his own sign of surrender, and here comes the Sun to supercharge his message. So this weekend may be the culmination of everything you've been called to surrender throughout Pisces season. It feels like something big is finally over, just as we close Pisces season 2024, as Aries season is going to begin next Tuesday afternoon on March 19th. So it's time to let it go. Let it go. Make that your mantra for the next week. Or at the end of Pisces season, big sun supercharging Neptune, just let it go. Jen says that so resonates. April, oh, that feels so good and promising. I want to surrender something big and replace with something so right. The time is now. The time is now. Good morning, Tam. Mary Alice is loving this as well. I mentioned that the sun will have one more conjunction with Neptune in Pisces, and this will happen on the last day of Pisces season 2025 at 29 degrees of Pisces, the very last moment of Pisces. So the culmination that's occurring this weekend is like the teaser of what's to come for next year. And the sun can help you. From now until next March, the sun can help you prepare your life to bring a pattern of behavior to a close, to bring a limiting belief about yourself to a close, or a limiting belief about the world you live in. It's coming, something big next March. Huge chapter that does not serve you is going to be closed. I'm feeling a strong sense that Mercury and the sun together will be on a mission from Neptune for the next 12 months. Mercury is helping us work to let go of mindsets and beliefs. And I see the sun right behind him disinfecting with his UV light. It's like Mercury is doing the work and the sun is cleaning it up. The sun is using his light to cleanse the whole situation. This upcoming year, I'm going to be releasing one course each zodiac sign. So describing in detail the energies available to us, first with Aries season, then I'll release my next one for Taurus, then Gemini, as the sun moves through these zodiac signs. So this year would be a wonderful time to learn how to click into alignment with the universal energies. This will help you to let go of mental and energetic blockages that have been holding you back, because when you act out of turn with the energies of the sky, when you're forcing your Leo energy during Taurus season, things can appear harder and life may struggle to flow as easily. So keep an eye out here on Insight Timer. I'll be releasing the audio version of the course here on Insight Timer, and then I'll have the video versions for sale on my Patreon page. So as always, if you're interested in these upcoming courses, hop on my email list. That's the best way to be notified of these upcoming offerings. And you can join my email list by clicking on the link in my Insight Timer bio. So, that's really all I had to say about the Sun and Neptune today. This feels like there's something coming to a close this weekend, and you may know right now what that is. And then for the next year, the sun wants you to shine the right way. That might sound weird. The sun wants you to, so you can clear your limiting beliefs by acting in accordance with the universe. Because if you're acting out of alignment with the universe, that's where your limiting beliefs are created, because you think life is hard. But then when you're able to sync up and shine like an Aries would shine during Aries season, and then shine like a Taurus would shine on Taurus season, that's when you'll be able to realize that life is working for you when you click into the flow of it all. Michelle loves that. Amber, I keep hearing the Frozen theme song in my head. Let it go. That's on my Pisces playlist. If you guys haven't listened to the Pisces playlist yet, that's in my link tree, also the link in my Insight Timer bio. It's a super fun, playful, free Spotify playlist. I compile for all of the different zodiac seasons, songs that embody the energy of the season. So you can start there if you want. Sophia, that's honestly exactly what I've been looking for. You're so on point, Jacqui. Good morning, everyone, from Sophia. Yeah, it actually felt really cool. When I do astrology, I have my calendar written out so I know what's coming up, but I don't plan my life according to it so much. I just kind of go with what I feel like doing at the time. And now I'm noticing wow, there are a lot of things culminating right now, and I can see how this is going to help me for the next year. And man, if I could culminate a bigger theme a year from now, it's going to be great. Good morning, Debbie. Hard now. I understand. Yeah, it's been a heavy Pisces season all around. There's been a lot of us going through the sludge. Sophia, also so much looking forward to our start in Embody Astrology. Yes. I'll talk about that at the end. Bonnie's loving it. Jen, Amber, 100%. That's been going through mine. Also, let it go. Pisces playlist is amazing. Bring me your higher love. Yeah, I love it. Christine loves the Pisces playlist too. It's fun. It's a good one. So we're going to use 2 different decks to ask 2 different questions. First question, we're going to ask how the sun is preparing us for his conjunction next March. We're going to ask about the future. So I'm going to use the Star Codes Astro Oracle, and I want to get a message from the sun. What's coming up for the next year? How are you helping us prepare for this big monumental culmination happening next March? And then the second question we'll ask about this weekend, but I like to look ahead and get excited and do all of that. So I always do group readings. Feel free to send your energy into this deck. We're asking, how is the sun preparing us for the March 2025 Neptune conjunction, which is a giant surrender. I will allow 3 cards to fall out of this deck for us. And after they have done so, I will show you the backs of the cards. So you're going to see the same card back image 3 times. These beautiful gears and rainbows. And then I ask you to tune into your intuition and see what your intuition is saying. See if any of the cards are speaking more strongly to you than the others. Good morning, Jess. If none of the cards call to you, feel different, your intuition's not broken. Just means that the whole reading is equally for you. If you have some numbers in your mind right now, like Jacqui, between 1 and 3, those can be representing your claircognizance, when you just know the right thing. So trust it. But when I hold up the cards, sometimes you might feel like an itch or a twitch or a sneeze. How is the sun preparing us? I'm out of it today, guys. I'm sorry. My coffee pot broke yesterday. And I went to the store and they were out of replacement carafes. So I had to buy one on Amazon. So I haven't had coffee yet this morning. I'm feeling out of it. Not as sharp. So if anything changes in your physical environment, that can represent your intuition speaking to you. I like to keep an eye on my dogs also. They usually show us what cards have a deeper meaning. Tam, I never feel a difference. Thank you. I do. I'm way in my head today. I considered, should I run down to Dunkin' and get coffee today? But I was like, you know what? There's a reason my coffee pot broke. There's a reason I'm supposed to not be so today. So, all right, let's see. I'm waiting for one last card. How is the sun preparing us for the March 2025 Neptune conjunction? Thank you. Okay. So I'll show you the backs of the 3 cards and then let us know if any of them are calling to you in a different way than the others. If not, it's all good. The whole reading is for all of us anyway. How is the sun preparing us for the March 2025 Neptune conjunction? Here's the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. Let us know in the chat which cards are resonating with you. Yeah, Sophia, that's kind of what I'm thinking too. I'll show the cards one more time just in case. Here is the back of card number 1. Oh, that's the front of card number 1. Gosh. The back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. How is the sun preparing us for the March 2025 Neptune conjunction? Oh, all right, let's see who's working with what. Jackie's working with 2 and 1, Jennifer 1. Nicole 2, Mary Alice 1 and 2. Win 3, Adriana 3, Amber 1, Mimi 1 and 3, Jennifer all 3, 1 the strongest, 3 the weakest. Christine Gemma says 3. Yes. Janice, Gemma moved on 3. April 2 and 3, number 5's been chasing me. Interesting. I've had enough coffee for both of us. Patty card 3, Michelle 2, Stacy 2, Nicole 2, then 1, Nancy 2 and 3, and 1 and 3, Melissa 1, Sophia 2, April 3, Christine. Okay, now I must go with 3 and 2 for Gemma. Leah 2 and 3, Delaney 1, Leah 2 and 3, Angie 3, Jen 1 and 3 strong, a little on 2. Edward 2, Lori 1, Janice 2 and 3 for Gemma. She's laying right behind me. She doesn't normally lay. She's like on the floor right behind me. It's an interesting place for her. All right, well, you guys already saw card number 1. So how is the sun preparing us for this next year? How is the sun preparing us for next March's giant culmination? Card 1 is card number 29, Ceres, and the message is nurture. Ceres is a dwarf planet between Mars and Jupiter, named after Ceres, Roman goddess of the harvest, food, earthly fertility, and mother of Prosperina, goddess of the spring. When Pluto kidnapped Prosperina and took her to the underworld to be his queen, Ceres threatened to starve the world until she was returned. Ceres signifies our relationship to food, for better or worse, cultivation, and the safety or loss of a child. Ceres' ancient rites initiated people into the secrets of death and rebirth through the symbolic harvest, and cut the heads off grain with a scythe, bury them, and new life arises. Scythe? S-C-Y-T-H-E, scythe? The action for this card is mother and be mothered. Nurture and cultivate that which is growing, whether it's the harvest from the earth, the child from the womb, or the art from the artist. Real love can mean tough love, doing what's best for your beloved, even if they hate you for it. Love and nurture your own body with healthy, whole foods. Take them as communion with the organic world. Feel the earth beneath you, holding you, loving you through hard times. Let this abundance flow through you to others. Advocate for those who are weaker, vulnerable, or dependent. If your project or your harvest is being taken from you before ripening, be ready to starve the world until they are safe. Witness with strength and power. When the time is right, be willing to let go. For your progeny or creation to flourish, you must embark on their own journey. They must embark on their own journey. For your project or creation to flourish, they must embark on their own journey. Once your job as nurturer is complete, let go and step into the next level of your own mastery. The challenge of series: do not mistake smothering, enabling, or infantilizing actions as signs of love. Once you realize the object of your care, your life is not over. A new mystery begins. And the gift for series: there is a sacredness in your daily life. Loving, feeding, nurturing, gardening, and being in family, whether chosen or biological, are all part of a powerful spiritual path. The mother holds you. So the question is, how is the sun preparing us for the March 2025 Neptune conjunction? So I feel like the sun is going to be giving us exactly what we need, whether that is physically going outside and absorbing the rays of the sun, or energetically by following where the sun is in the sky throughout this year. I feel like it's the sun who's taking on this series energy. The sun is going to be the nurturer for us, giving us what we need, sometimes what we don't want at the time, but what is necessary for us. And it's not going to be spoon feeding us. It's not going to be force feeding us. It's not going to be holding our hand and dragging us where we need to go. It's not going to be a helicopter parent. The sun is going to be guiding us to our highest path throughout this next year. So I feel a very gentle guidance from the sun. Christine knows all about series. Scythe. Thank you, Bonnie. Long vowel with one syllable. Thank you. Gloria, fascinating. Jen, yes. So on point. Hello, Melinda. You don't need to be sorry. You came right on time for your card, apparently. I was going to say something else. How is the sun preparing us for the March 2025 Neptune conjunction? The sun might be giving you permission to do less. So the energy that I get from this card is the balance between nurturing and force feeding, between helping and enabling, helicopter parent. There's a fine line between the two. So the sun this year might be helping us realize where we are doing our due diligence and nurturing the people around us, the projects around us, ourselves, and knowing where the line is when we might be doing too much. What's the word this used? Infantilizing? Smothering? Yeah. Where are you trying to insert yourself to fix someone else's problem? This year, the sun's going to help us figure out where we can take a step back and let them have their own growth. Thank you, Jackie. Infantilizing. But doesn't that mean like turning into an infant? Am I saying that right? Infantilizing. Infantilizing sounds better. It sounds right. All right, so in the middle, we always do group readings here on Insight Timer. I've picked 3 cards. That was card number 1. Card number 2 for the collective, we're asking, how is the sun preparing us for the March 2025 Neptune conjunction? Interesting. Card number 2 is card number 51, conjunction. And the message is alliance. Darla likes this card. Anytime 2 celestial bodies conjunct, meaning they dance close together, they first work together and blend meaning and purpose, then begin a new cycle of their relationship. The sun and moon conjunct at the new moon. But because the sun is overpoweringly huge, it has special rules. Planets are so tiny compared to the sun when they are close. Within 8 degrees of the sun, they seem to disappear or combust and lose individual power. But when planets exactly conjunct the sun, their strength merges and grows within the heart of the sun. The conjunction tells us we are stronger when we work together, as long as we don't disappear into another's flame. Co-conspire. Find people and allies who support your ideas, as this is not a situation in which to go it alone. Bring in someone with an extra skill to offer to your project. Find the best friend to discuss your concerns with, or spark off new partnership. Watch the energy build as you bounce ideas off another person. Just take care of your own energy fields and ideas in this process. If you have merged your energy with a teacher, partner, or coworker, or are considering merging, notice what strengthens you and where you may need to step back and individuate. Find your own paradigm and technique. It can be lovely to love someone with a sun-like personality. Warm, expansive, though at times exhausting, but don't combust. If it's time to align your life with another's, think of the line from the poet Rilke. Love consists of this, that two solitudes protect and border and greet each other. Let this be a yoking of 2 or more equals, a partnership that works best when each brings gifts and challenges to the table. The challenge of the conjunction? Be wary of a relationship that asks you to shrink yourself to fit them, and value the conjunction over individual growth. The gift of this? A conjunction can become greater than the sum of 2 parts. So the sun wants us to find our equal, someone who helps us as much as we help them. And I'm feeling this card come right back. This could be that maybe you in this situation are the sun. You're the one who's putting too much of yourself out there, smothering the other person because you know what's best. Because you think you're better than them. I had a conversation with a friend yesterday, and I hope that they heard that. Take a step back. Take a step back and see if you're allowing the other person to shine, to be the best version of themselves in their own time, in their own way. That's what I'm feeling, just building off of these 2. However, the other way that you can look at this conjunction card is, are you in a partnership that you're allowing the other person to be the sun? You're allowing the other person to dominate, to outshine you, to make you combust so that you don't have anything else to share. So how is the sun helping us prepare? By evening out the energy balance. And this just came through too. Oh my gosh, I hope this makes sense. There can be places where you feel as if the other person is the sun. You feel like the other person's getting all the attention. So you take your energy and make it bigger so that you can be equal, or you can outshine them consciously or unconsciously, right? You feel small, so you make yourself bigger. What I want you to pay attention to with this card is, are you actually being made small? Or do you just feel small because of a wound you're carrying around? Because of a trauma that you haven't healed yet? Are you actually being made smaller? Or are you deciding that you are smaller because you feel smaller? This could be an opportunity to do some shadow work and to heal yourself as well. That's it. That's the message, Bonnie. Love that. Jen has been seeing and hearing a lot of geese recently. Have you looked up the metaphysical meaning of geese? I don't know it off the top of my head, but that's what I do when animals keep coming up and keep coming up and keep coming up. Sophia says, or missing the chance to see your own light. Yeah, absolutely. April, interesting. I pulled an oracle card this morning. Stop trying to fix people. It's not your job to fix anyone. Allow people the dignity of their own paths. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot going through my head. I'm trying to figure out how to put it into words. Because, like, I get triggered when people tell me what to do. I don't need anyone to tell me how to live my life. But, you know, you can tell when it's coming from a place of love. You can tell when it's coming from, like, hey, I've been where you are and I know what's best for you because it was best for me. So do this. But, like, it's not because you're not me. You know, you can offer your advice, but, like, I don't have to follow your plan. And it comes from, because I've been on that side also, right? I've been the fixer in lots of my relationships because I know what's best for people. I know exactly what they need, right? And it comes from a place of that scared little child, because there were times when I was a scared little child that I just wanted someone to come in and fix it all for me and swoop me up and just do it for me. And if that little part isn't healed, you're going to think that everyone needs you to come fix them and come save them. And in one way or another, that might have a little bit of validity, but, like, we're not children anymore. And it's stealing, how did you put that? Stealing the dignity of their own paths. Okay. This person's an adult. I'm guessing. I don't know who you're dealing with right now. This might be one of your children. But yeah, I love that. Allow people the dignity of their own paths. Carla, wow, I can't believe what you said. I was just thinking this. Am I projecting being made small, or is this a core wound? That insight came from a difficult conversation I had this weekend, where I realized I'm making myself small, and then I'm saying, you're not appreciating me. It wasn't that dramatic. But that's essentially what it came down to. And it took a full-on conversation for me to realize, like, oh man, I'm the one with the problem. Carla, I do group readings. So I have one more card from this deck, and then I'm going to pull one more card from a separate deck. I do 3 cards first, and then a separate card. It's also an attachment issue. Absolutely, Tam. Christine, yep, I can always use that reminder. Also, outsourcing our value onto a savior role. Yeah, Sophia. Martyrdom can feel like power. Sounds like you're talking directly to me, Melinda. I'm not. Maybe. I don't know. Every time we come here, it seems like we're all going through similar themes, to be honest. Like attracts like, right? I'm gonna go off on a little tangent because I'm early today. Someone posted on the internet the other day, and I read it, and it made so much sense. They're trying to wrap their head around like attracts like, and opposites attract, because they're both true, right? I feel equal validity in both of them. So my perspective is that the like and the opposite, they're just opposite sides of the same coin, because we are all one. So, like, it's easier to notice things that are conjunct, right? Like conjunct, and it's easier to notice things that are opposite, because it's the same coin. I don't know where that all came from. Jen, spiritual messengers, assertive action, spiritual growth and freedom, and to be vigilant as something will be revealed soon. Love it. Carla's taking your power back. I am not a victim. That is very true. We are not here to survive. We are here to thrive. April, and that's why we're here together. Yes, yes. All right, lastly, how else is the sun preparing us for the March 2025 Neptune conjunction? Card number 3 is card number 6. It's the message of Virgo with digest as the keyword. And I'm just going to say that this first card brought up the harvest as well. I'm just going to say that before I dive into this Virgo card. Symbolized by a woman and goddess holding a sheaf of wheat, the mutable earth sign Virgo is ruled by Mercury. I gotta say this right now before I start. We're asking about the sun. The sun is about to enter Aries. Just kidding. I'm opposite. The sun's in Pisces right now, and Pisces is opposite of Virgo. And I just had that little rant about how like attracts like, but opposites attract because it's two sides of the same coin. And all of this conjunction stuff is going to happen in Pisces, which is opposite of Virgo. Sorry, I had to get that out. I'll start over. Symbolized by a woman or goddess holding a sheaf of wheat, the mutable earth sign Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Wheat can only feed the multitudes once the grain is sorted from the chaff. Virgo is connected to the nervous system and the intestinal tract, the job of which is to sort nutrients from waste. Look for the grain and release the chaff. Weed, harvest, sort. Something in this situation needs to be sorted, edited, or reorganized in order to bring in its harvest, whether you're asking about a friendship, a work project, or the culture in which you work. Virgo wants you to be specific, sort, and release a habit, not a person, and change how you interact, but not necessarily with whom you interact. Examine the situation for the patterns that need to be released and composted, and what seeds need to be saved for another time or planted for the next season. Rather than focusing on faults, appreciate what is valuable about each interaction, opportunity, and person. Truly absorb the warmth and wonder and be healed thereby. It may be time to take an introspective break and work on your self-care routine. Look at your diet and health habits to see what needs improvement. Absorb vitality. The challenge for the Virgo card: if you just weed the garden and don't plant or cultivate, all you'll have is an empty bed. Editing without creating gives you no content. Sometimes you have to ask the inner editor to take a break and let the creative process flow. Then let the editor clean and polish. The gift of this card: this world is gloriously complex. Virgo encourages us to see how the details fit together, how the leaves and twigs make up a forest. Light and shadow co-create our image of the whole. Rather than judge the worth of the part, pay attention to the necessary role each piece plays. The chaff protects wheat so it can grow, and therefore has value even if it's not edible. Perceive not just with your mind, but with mind, heart, and soul together. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I feel like this card is recommending to take a look at the whole picture and not to just keep focusing on the one continuous thing that you keep seeing. I'm feeling so much relationship energy in this whole reading. I was trying to keep it like objective, trying to relate it to work or finances or anything. This is relationship. And if it comes down to this is the relationship with yourself, this is 100% a relationship reading. So are you laser focused on one aspect of a person, of a situation, of yourself that you're like, that's the problem, that needs to go, that's what it is? Because just because it's not, oh man, I'm so calling myself out as I'm saying this too. Just because it's not serving the purpose of filling the need that you need filled right now doesn't mean that it's not serving a purpose. So how is the sun preparing us for this? Okay, so the whole reading, how is the sun preparing us for next March? The Sun and Neptune are going to meet up the day before Aries season starts, the last day of Pisces season at the last degree of Pisces. So a year from now, I feel like that we're going to have this giant culmination, chapter closing, book closing. Actually, you just finished the last book in the series. What is the Sun? How is the Sun preparing us? The Sun wants us to figure out who we might be giving too much of our energy to, even it out. Find a way that you can work together with the person so that you both benefit, and take the whole person. Accept their whole. Because if you're focusing on one or two little details about this person, you're not giving yourself justice. And then you might try to make yourself too big. And by making yourself too big, you might be smothering. You might be over-nurturing, helicopter parenting, even if it's not your child. Shut up, Bonnie. Oh gosh, let's see what else you guys are saying. Got a couple Virgos right here. I was just thinking of my parents both being Virgos, but complete opposites, Anne. That's so interesting. Christine was just going to say, series is all about the harvest. The harvest. The harvest. The harvest. I'm just trying to sit with that and how that relates to this whole surrender, closure. So we have a lot of inner work to do around our relationships, it seems. I think so. I think that this year can help you get clear on a couple things. Can help you get clear on the people who are meant for you, the people who are here to help you through the rest of your highest path, and vice versa, right? I'm feeling like there's people that you are meant to help as well, but effortlessly, without having to try, without doing anything that's different from how you want to act. You are enough. Whatever you're doing is enough. You don't need to smother and overgive and overprotect in order to be valuable. I forgot what the beginning of my rant was. The Sun is helping us get clear on who our tribe is. But in order to do that, you have to get right with yourself. You have to accept all the wounded parts of yourself so that you learn that you're not projecting all of that onto other people. April deep. Nicole says spot on. Jen, yes, this speaks to a current situation with my bestie. Message received. Samantha says, this is where I am. Yep, same. Nina, this gives so much hope. Closing a series, March 2025. Mahaya, I'm a Virgo, and I'm a master at focusing on my negatives. There's a purpose for all of it. And here brings it right back to Jacqui Mancuso's favorite quote, nothing is good, nothing is bad, everything just is. It's your interpretation and how you define and how you perceive the thing that makes it good or bad. That means you can change your perception. You can change the way that you view something. You can plant the seed, nourish, water, and then we surrender to earth for what will grow. Yes, yes, yes. I love that, Gloria. Effortlessly. This is how I conduct my one-on-one sessions. Nina, effortlessly? Say what? That's possible? Yes. Yes, you are designed, all of us, we are all designed to just be ourselves because we are enough. We are good enough. We are programmed to bring something into this world, and the more right you get with yourself, the more you act in alignment with yourself, the more effortless it is to bring light to the world. We're not meant to try so hard. It's supposed to be easy. Sophia, I needed to hear that. My contribution is not what I know, but the energy I embody. Love that. April, amazing and resonates so much. Virgo in my 11th house, which is all about friends, networks, social circles. Love the synergy of all the cards. Cool, we have one more coming up. I'm going to grab a different deck. Carla, I feel that is all projection, because if it is not within us, we don't see manifest outwardly. Absolutely. Absolutely. Anything you ever see in others has to be within you, because if it wasn't in you, you wouldn't be able to make it manifest. You wouldn't be able to see it. It has to exist inside of you, because if it's not inside of you, it's not real. Love it, love it. So we are going to ask a new deck, and I'm glad Christine is here. Christine bought me this deck. This is the Spirit Animal Oracle. We're going to ask what to keep in mind this weekend as we surrender. So this weekend is when the Sun and Neptune are coming together, where I believe the Sun will receive instructions from Neptune for the rest of this, right? So everything we just talked about will maybe make deeper sense in a month from now. Christine just pulled from it this morning. So what can we keep in mind this weekend as we surrender? Because there's something culminating this weekend as well. Nina says, I appreciate the reminder that it would be real if it was in us. Thanks, Jacqui. You're welcome. If you guys have been enjoying today's session, if you'd like to offer an energy exchange in the form of a donation, they're always appreciated. If you haven't followed me yet on Insight Timer, feel free to do so. If you came in after I started the session, fret not. I record all of these and I put them on my YouTube channel. So feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just search my name, Jacqui Mancuso. If you spell it right, I'm really easy to find. There actually is. I found one other Jacqui Mancuso spelled like me, but she's in Australia, which I think is synchronistic because that's like my dream destination. Haven't been there yet. Anyway, if you search my name on YouTube, I'll come up. You can subscribe there where I post all my replays in case you missed them. And then if you want to keep in touch with me in any other way, my link tree is in my Insight Timer bio. My link tree is a fun little website where it holds all of my links. It is a tree of my links because Jacqui's all over the place all the time. So if you want to keep in touch, check out my link tree, see what's in there. You can find my TikTok, my YouTube, my Facebook. I am not on Instagram. You can join my email list. That's where I tell you guys when things are coming out. When I'm launching new things, like Embody Astrology, lunar events that's starting next week. I'll talk about that after I read this card. Dana Curious. All right, what can we keep in mind this weekend as we surrender? It's card number 36. Koi fish spirit, there is always enough. The koi fish who grows big within a small pond reminds us that within each of us is the potential for prosperity. The law of abundance ensures that prosperity is our natural state. So regardless of temporary outer conditions, you can call in prosperity and magnetically attract the opportunities and abundance you need. The message of koi fish spirit is to begin to generate wealth within, with deliberate intention, no matter how small your pond may seem, and appreciate abundance wherever you see it. Outer conditions will come to reflect your inner prosperity, so begin to become the self who is comfortable with wealth in all forms. Even if, at the moment, it feels as if riches are not yours, they soon will be. Start to envision the plenty that Spirit wants you to experience, knowing that the moment you begin to commit to conscious and deliberate co-creating, Spirit will joyfully start bringing you what you need. You have so much to offer and so much of value to express to the world. In your little pond, There is much you can create and much you can attract. Do not underestimate what you have and who you are, for Koi Fish Spirit wants you to know that you are exquisite, loved, and deeply cherished. Trust that outer conditions are changing to reflect that truth. Are you feeling a sense of scarcity? Afraid that you will not have enough and not be enough to meet the challenges you face? Whatever your outer conditions, they are temporary and reflecting what was set forth in the past. Koi Fish Spirit is your ally in changing those conditions by transforming your inner beliefs about scarcity and plenty. Perhaps you have suffered a loss, or are afraid you soon will, or you have been scraping by and feel there are simply no opportunities available for you to find better circumstances. Koi Fish asks you to find prosperity within you by connecting to Spirit through spiritual practices. Spirit wants to remind you that your natural state is one of abundance. Remember all that you have to offer so that you can generate your own opportunities, love relationships, and even more. Even if you feel you have little to give right now, find it within you to give to someone else. Even if it is just a few encouraging words, a smile, or a helping hand. Your action will remind you that you have more than it appears. More gifts, more strength, more wisdom, more abundance. As you give to others, your own sense of prosperity grows and your outer conditions begin to shift in an alchemical reaction. Prosperity and love are yours to receive, experience, and enjoy. Believe it. So what can we keep in mind this weekend as we surrender? Whatever we're supposed to let go of this weekend, it's going to come back tenfold in your favor. I feel like there's a fear, like there's something it's time to close, it's time to end, but there's a fear that it won't come back. There's a part of it that you need, and you're like, I don't know if I could let this go, because not only am I giving up the bad stuff, I'm also giving up the stuff that I need. But Koi Fish is here to remind you that we're here for prosperity and abundance. It's our natural state. And you know what can sabotage that? Is the mind, the way you think about things, the way you perceive things. So is there a situation in your life that you feel like you have to smother to be good enough, to get the job done, to do it enough? By smothering, are you taking over the relationship? Are you not allowing the other person the dignity of having their own path? Are there perhaps some parts of this other person, this situation, that seem undesirable, that really are serving a deep purpose? Maybe it's the mindset that you have to smother, that it's time to let go of. Because you think that if you don't do enough, you won't be enough. Damn. Welcome to the It's a Reading for the Host show. Shut up, Bonnie. It's a reading for all of us. Can you tell me what deck this is, please? Absolutely, Lucy. This is the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. Christine, I've been doing an abundance meditation this past week. Love this. That's actually my word for 2024. Abundance and prosperity. Rebecca, I relate to this so much. My bank account has nothing in it now and I'm panicking about what to do next. Hoping this is transitory. I'm coming up on 1 year of quitting any stable income and working for myself. And these things have been coming up a lot lately because over the last year, I have way revamped how I look at things and money and having enough. And it's just such a huge shift. And I was even, so I'll talk about this for a minute. As I was reading this card, it's talking about how like you can call in everything that's meant for you and all this stuff. And I was like in the back of my mind thinking about speaking of my experience and how I've learned that like you always do have enough and you don't need to be afraid of not having what you need at the time. And then the guilt started coming up that like, yeah, but there's people that don't get that yet. So I don't want to feel like I'm bragging. And that was a weird, like, man, I gotta see what that's all about. Because it is true that if you live in fear, you're gonna keep bringing up things to be afraid of. But I just can't say it enough. The universe wants to support you. So if you give full trust, if you allow yourself to follow your highest path, trusting that you have these innate gifts that you're meant to bring to the world effortlessly just by being yourself, it's so scary to think that you're enough being you as you are. Once you start leaning into that and start doing the things that come easy to you that are of benefit to others, and there's even like some work to think about, like, is this actually benefiting other people? But yes. But once you start leaning into that, stuff just shows up when you need it. It really does. It really does. And I'm thinking about that. Like, I've worked on money for the last year. And now I'm thinking about maybe it's the energies of the relationships around me. Maybe I'm thinking that I have to do more to get more love from people or to get more acceptance or whatever from people. But maybe that's not the case. Maybe I can just apply the same things that I did with money for relationships. So interesting. So interesting. Stephanie, I love this. I had a moment of relief last night. I felt very supported by spirit. Love it. Anik and Mimi, 100%. T, death or letting go always leads to rebirth and renewal. It's only abundance and opportunities. Yes, true abundance is a state of mind. Kaz needed to hear that. Rachel, this reading has been so spot on, and for the past several weeks, letting me know it's time to let go of the business I started 13 years ago. But I'm afraid to let go and have nothing to fall back on. It's so cliche, but because it's so true. Once you let go, the space is open. And it's only going to be open for so long. Something has to come in and fill it. Fear and excitement feel the same way in the body, so you get to decide which one it is. Mimi, your word for 2024 is also abundance. Anik says, Rachel, I'm coming to this place. Also, I feel like I have one more year left in me. Yet the next step I want to pursue is all over the place. Oh, Anik. Gloria, that card affirmed where I am, that the universe is here to support. Yes. Christine, it's all in what you're telling yourself. If you think you have enough, you do. It's your beliefs. Right. What are you focusing on? Are you focusing on all the I want to say default. No. Are you focusing on everything you don't have enough of? Or are you focusing on what you do have enough of? Where your attention goes, energy flows. T, it does take time to shift from the scarcity mentality to the universe provides and does lead you to what you need. Takes a lot of time. Yeah, I'm not fully there, still working on it, but by dedicating myself to that mindset, huge shifts. Huge shifts. Bonnie just used the word effortlessly in an Insight Timer track last week. Apparently that's the energy we're going for these days, Bonnie. April, an empty bank account can still be a blessing if all your bills are paid. Money comes and goes, but wealth is more than money. Yeah, my mom used to tell me that when I was a kid. It just came up in a video somewhere else. My mom used to tell me that as a kid all the time. I'd always complain that, like, these other people are rich and these other people have what they want. And she was like, you can be rich in many ways. But she was like, it never sat with me. The delivery was never right. It never sat with me. Thank you, Diana. Rachel says, yes, Anik, I'm trying to figure out what's next while also trying to surrender to the universe. The answer to all these questions is less fear, more trust. 100% of the time. Less fear, more trust. I feel like that's always the issue. Always the answer. D, definitely the same. For relationships, I used to think I just need to do more in relationships. It was never enough. So, divine, remove these relationships from my life. You can't love a person to love themselves. You have to learn to love themselves for themselves. Yes. Bonnie, it's a crone line? You weren't a crone yet. What did I say? All right, guys. I'll be back here on Monday. Next week, I'll be here Monday and Friday, and we will be talking about Aries season, the spring equinox. The equinox is on Tuesday evening in the US. And then on Friday, we're talking about Mars entering Pisces. Oh, Bonnie, yes, you're rich in many ways. It is a crone line. I don't know, I think I was born part crone. I don't know, we'll see. Anyways, thank you guys for being here today. I very much appreciate all of your comments and your energies and your donations. D, abundance does come in many ways. Absolutely. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Gloria and Ella. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Sending love to all. Namaste. Have a wonderful weekend of surrender. I hope that video was just as insightful for you as it was for all of us. Darla and I really appreciate you being here with me. Thank you for liking this video, sharing it with a friend who you think would benefit, and subscribing to my YouTube channel. Also, drop a comment and let us know what you got from this video. What was your biggest insight or takeaway? If you want to see what else I'm working on, click on my link tree. It's right underneath this YouTube video. We'll see you next time. Take care.